Look, this is so cool. We've got the proof copy right here that we got, and then on display today we've put the real thing. So it's like we have both the proof, and then now we're selling this one and recommending it. We are going to now price all of these books that have just come in. I think most of them are secondhand. They're ones that we really enjoyed reading or recommending to other people, so we're going to do that. And we put these really cute little stickers on the back that say nearly new. Welcome bookish friends back to the Bookshop by the Sea, my little independent bookshop in the town of Aberystwyth in Wales. This was my dream, to set up a little bookshop and live a life where I can have joy and friendships and community in this town, as well as sharing my absolute love for stories is just so beautiful. I know so many of you share my dream because I see all of these incredible messages saying, "You're living my dream, to own a bookshop would be my dream." And we also, yes, to answer so many questions, do herbal teas and pots of organic herbal tea and cake in the summer as well. Just wanted to show you some book recommendations. These are some of my favourites in the shop at the moment this week. So the first is this little gorgeous pocket-sized version of The Hobbit. I don't know if many people have seen this cover. I think it's absolutely lovely. It's a hardback and it's just super cute, but actually still definitely readable. Oh, don't scrunch the pages. Readable text. And I think that's just a gorgeous little copy. These are my recommendations for if you want summer reads. So the first one would be Murder of a Lady. This is a Scottish mystery. Look at that cover. We feel very close to Scotland, even though we're in Wales, because I guess it's kind of a similar Celtic background. But if you want a cozy kind of mystery, definitely this one is a really good one. It's by Anthony Wine, and we'll put the link below so that you can order it from our bookshop if you're based in the UK. And I just think it's really cozy and enjoyable, and it's set within that kind of gloomy, forbidding Scottish castles, and I just love being in that kind of atmosphere and environment. We've got Unravelling Oliver. This one is a crime novel, but just a little one. So if you want something that's kind of definitely about murder and again, like very gripping, this one you really, really might enjoy. Bandit Queens, The Bandit Queens is brilliant, especially if you're looking for kind of more non-white recommendations. This is absolutely fantastic. It says, mordantly humoured, pacey, feminist revenge comedy. It's absolutely fabulous. Dark, kind of about a woman who starts to influence the community she's in, and more people decide that maybe they would like to be widows too, after she realizes that her life is better as a widow than a wife. It's brilliant and really funny, and yeah, really enjoyed this one. Lastly, The Lies of Loch Lamora. This is a fantasy, so if you're into fantasy, it's definitely on the darker side of fantasy, and there's no romance. So if you're here and you're thinking, oh, she likes romance fantasy, I do, but I also just like darker fantasy. So this is full adventure, and brilliant and complex, and you're gonna love it, guaranteed. But yeah, definitely kind of swashbuckling novel, kind of full world building, and yeah, the dark elements as well. Again, all the links will be below for all of these books, and we do so appreciate it when you buy from us online. It means the world, and it just helps support our little bookshop here.
This is Legends of the Dark Crystal by Jim Henson. It's the graphic novel version, and this in particular set, this is the first one in the set, is out of print, so you can't get it anywhere now. You can get Return of the Dark Crystal, but not this one. So this is actually a really cool, rare find for all of my fellow nerds that like this stuff.
I had lots of lovely questions asking about what I do for fun outside of the bookshop. Truly, I read. I go down to the beach, eat ice cream. I love walks. I love being in nature, and going for kind of, I think the nature around here is so inspiring. Like the environment with which we live impacts us creatively so much. So for me, being able to be by the sea and in the mountains, going for walks in the countryside around here and seeing the woodland, and at the moment there's so much wildlife. There's butterflies and hedgehogs. I saw 2 little baby bunnies this morning. It just, for me, that feels so beautiful, and you kind of really see the seasons, which I love as well, and I find that really inspiring, especially for my book. Hey there, I thought I would give you a bookshop tour, okay? This is my little independent bookshop. I adore it, and when people come in, it's so lovely to see them being like, oh, I love it, so I thought I would show you online so that you can come and feel like you're in it. Okay, over here we start with the blind date with the books. So we've got these adorable little blind dates, and I put them right here at the start. You can see the little bookmark. Each one has a little tag on. This one says romance, friendship, secrets, and we're making lots more today, and I love them, and people find them super cute, and you can buy them from our TikTok shop as well. Next we come down here. This is Fiction Alley, so everything here is fiction. These are all of our display books as well, and we have the books that we're doing for book club this month on display as well. We have fiction all the way down here on both sides, and it's mostly alphabetical order. It's not completely, but we try our best to kind of roughly keep it in alphabetical order. One of my favorite things of doing is finding, like, we write these little recommendations, and when I find other people's recommendations, it's so fun to see what they've recommended in the shop. And I also love discovering books that I didn't know that we had in the shop, and I'm just like, how did this book like end up in here when I've not seen it or ordered it? But I think it's so exciting because it's like the bookshop has like a magic to itself where books sort of appear and find their way onto the shelves. Down here we have history, travel writing, biography and memoir. I think it's definitely a case of we have like new books and secondhand next to each other. So like this one, Karl Marx, obviously is a little vintage penguin secondhand. This one, Tiny Habits, Why Starting Small Makes Lasting Change Easy. This is a brand new book. And we do that so that we have this blend in every section. What's important is the quality of the book, like what the actual words contain, rather than whether it's new or secondhand. And then they're meant to be alphabetized within each genre section. But I like genre sectioning things so that you can find, if you like this book, you'll probably like these other books on this shelf as well. That's my idea behind it. Coming over to this lovely spinner, this is where we have all of our beautiful Seren poetry books. So many. These are just stunning. Seren is a Welsh publisher, and so nearly everything on this spinner is published by Seren, and that means it's published by a Welsh publisher and often includes Welsh voices. Like this one, The Crazy Truth by Gemma June Howell, is an amazing and feisty and fiery and very funny but quite dark book written by a Welsh author who I personally really admire, and she also works for Honno, who's another Welsh publisher that focuses on women's books. So I like to kind of promote things like that as well. So something that people don't know is we actually have a downstairs. On the stairs here we have got short story section, we've got books in other languages, and then we have miscellaneous. This is a strange section. There's a lot of kind of books about boats, books about psychology, books about the universe. It's kind of a weird one. We put stuff here that's so eclectic that maybe it couldn't fit into another section, or we thought it might be really kind of interesting but slightly strange. Then we move on to down here, and as we go around we've got all of these cute little pictures, including like old pictures of Aberystwyth, and again like books that we think are kind of strange or might be of interest. And we always have little chalkboards all over the place. This is one of them with what books we're doing for book club. Here we are in the downstairs. The downstairs is the mystery place. Every book down here is secondhand. There are piles and piles of old, beautiful books. We've got our weird history section, our weird science section. We've got classics, we've got fiction, we've got theology. We've got a bit of everything, poetry and geography and art. We have an amazing art section. So this is the section for people to kind of rummage. I've put lots of comfy armchairs here because I want people to spend hours going around and having a look and feeling like they can sit. And actually in the summer people really do, because it feels so cool down here that people are always like, oh, have you got aircon? And it feels really calm, and people can kind of take their time exploring as well. Okay, so over here downstairs we've got pretty old books. These are like the gorgeous old covers. We've got so many of them, and I think they just look so nice on shelves, especially if you get a few together. Like the colours are so gorgeous. I think honestly the aesthetic of these books are maybe my favourite. Then over here we've got art. This has everything to do with art upon art. Book on Renaissance art, books on paper, embroidery, Monet, yeah, just every single thing. We seem to have a lot on Renaissance actually. William Blake. The Pre-Raphaelites, my favourite, so we often have quite a lot of the Pre-Raphaelites as well, but this is a good section for people to kind of be inspired by as well. We have little tables which are just again where people can sit down maybe with a pot of tea. Then over here, more old books, more old books. At one point I made all of these colour coordinated just for fun, but mostly now they're not so colour coordinated. We do have a lot of like the blue ones, but I think they're mostly in genre section. But again, sometimes people say to us, oh, can you search for this book? And I'm like, well, there's so many secondhand books that actually kind of exploring, you never know what you're going to find. And again, I think there's kind of a magic to that. Over here we've got non-fiction, history, historical fiction, more old books. Behind me here on this table we have loads of poetry, a big squishy comfy armchair so that you can just grab books and spend your time enjoying reading. We've got theology, history over in this corner, and we even have an antique writing desk with the little postcards where you can write us a little note and then we sit through and read them. It always makes my day when people leave notes for us as well. So you can kind of sit in this corner here. Should we read one of them together? Let's see. Oh, here you go. It's a little card. And we have blank ones here that you can write, and then you can put them in here. This one says, I've seen you on social media and always vowed I'd come, but I'm always in such a crazy rush when I come to town. Then yesterday my laptop died, so into town I came to see the guys on Pier Street and drop it off again. Then wandering around with a broken toe, and a grisly mind to match, I walked straight through your door and down to the smell of old books. It's always a catch, a pleasure and peace to be here. These are some of the ones that have been left in here, and I adore receiving postcards or letters, so if you want to write to the bookshop and have a pen pal, please write to the bookshop. We absolutely love receiving letters. This one says, first found out about you guys from TikTok. Super cool vibes here. Congratulations on living your dream. Caitlin. Thank you, Caitlin. One of the loveliest bookstores I've ever seen. Keep it going. Greetings from Germany. Oh, said Schönleden. Felix. Thank you, Felix. I wasn't reading books much, but I'm definitely coming here again. Lydia. Thank you, Lydia. This shop is a bookworm's dream. So beautiful and definitely my favourite place. Love it. So cool. No name on that one, that one's anonymous. They're just all so lovely and encouraging to read. I love it when people do little artworks for us as well. Has a very homey atmosphere. This is a very welcoming place. I feel like I've just jumped into a fantasy book. Sir Dobbins. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of these beautiful, beautiful things. I could go on reading them forever, and again, just like your comments, it feels so encouraging. It feels like on a slower day to get to hear from all of you just means the world to me. Over here in this section we have all of the theology. So I'm a Christian myself, and I absolutely love having a really in-depth theology section. I don't just want the basics, I want to get some really different opinions and really good theology. So actually, one of the ways that we get old books is people will contact us and say, oh, I'm downsizing to a smaller house. And the vicar, who's like a priest who lives nearby, said he was downsizing, and he came and showed me his library. This man had maybe 5 rooms filled with books, like 5 rooms that were a library. It was incredible, and so we got so many from him, and I'm so grateful because they were incredible, and I think he'd read them all, which is even more amazing. Here is where we keep some of the books that we will put into blind dates. Especially for TikTok. This is a supernatural LGBTQ romance story. It's very good, but like a fantasy, romantasy. But this is where we keep books that we put into that. In fact, maybe we should have that one on display. I can't go around the bookshop without constantly changing displays and tidying. Come back upstairs with me and I'll show you the fantasy section, the poetry, and my personal favourite, the really old classics. Down there is all of the books. We actually put this huge sign saying more books now, just to try and encourage people, and we even have lists on the side of the things that say what's downstairs and what's upstairs. But now we're in my favourite section. These are all of the beautiful old books. This is a little Charles Dickens. Let's see what year this one's from. Well, it says originally, I think that's the price, 2 shillings 6p. So pretty old, I'm gonna guess. We're not selling it for 2 shillings anymore, that's for sure. This book is from 1848. And it's got a beautiful little sprayed edge, so clearly book fashion's come around again. We've got North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. This is an amazing one if you like Jane Austen, but all of these are just classics upon classics, and I love them so much. I've just seen we use these little Scrabble cards to like show what section it is, and we're missing a C. I think people like fiddle with them, but we'll replace that one, so just ignore that, hide that little mistake. But this is even more classics. We have loads of these penguin ones too. So on the table, this beautiful table, again, it's books that I hope you're going to discover. So maybe you haven't thought about a different genre for a while. Maybe like me, you've been reading so much romance and fantasy, but you'd like to discover something new. Maybe you'll just kind of come across something like this one. Crossroads is brilliant, but I'm not sure that I would personally pick this up. But since it's on the table, I kind of just tend to browse. It's almost like these are staff recommendations, but with all the different genres. We've got Roman history, we've got the Strawberry Patch Pancake House, this is definitely romance. And I try and put them also by genre so that things that are near this you might also enjoy or be stretched or challenged by. So maybe if this is the usual kind of book you go for, maybe this book, which is about a geisha and is kind of a life memoir about that, might be really interesting. It's something quite different, but I hope that it might interest people and kind of challenge them to try a new genre. Heading over to this corner, we have lovely shop local and independent bunting, and then when we step outside into the secret reading courtyard, this is a little reading courtyard. You've got the seagulls, you can order yourself a pot of tea and sit out here just for some calm. It's also very cool if you get too hot in the sunshine. It's a really nice place. I also don't mind when people bring out their laptops and work here, and we'll give them Wi-Fi as well. Over here and you'll find yourself in one of my favourite sections. This is the fantasy section. We've got this super gorgeous armchair as well. It is so deep and squishy, you can just relax into it, and this is where our bookshop bear lives as well. This entire fantasy section just has Legend Born, incredible, Name of the Wind, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, it's got it all. I really hope you enjoyed that little tour of all of my favourite little things. There's so much more to show you, like the lavender. This is actually fake lavender, but so many people were smelling it that I added lavender oil just so it feels really calm and peaceful. But I think the bookshop mostly smells of old books, which is the best smell if you ask me. But thank you so much for joining me on the tour. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to answer any questions you have about the bookshop or the different sections you've seen or why I made different decisions.